Hey, how's it going? Hope everyone is great on this awesome Friday. I feel like we're
Yes,
getting
sir.
summer here. It feels nice. It looks nice. I mean, it's not gonna be that hot. 70 degrees. It's springtime. This is time to sell houses, I guess. So,
7 degrees? What are you talking about? So be 75 today or what?
yeah, 70 degrees today. It's gonna be a
Okay,
beautiful day.
sounds good to
So,
me.
get ready. All right. Let's do a quick check here with our numbers. No one can dethrone Rachel. She's crushing it. Imy's right there. And ooh, Jerry bringing up third. Oh, someone else just submitted their numbers.
I just submitted mine now. Sorry, I was
Oh,
just updating
okay.
while we were starting.
That's
But I
okay.
wasn't.
When you submit it, it updates. So I don't know how, but ChatGPT made this for me. So uh all right. How have these conversations been going?
I feel like they've been going good. I haven't had as many this week, but I feel like I'm succeeding because I've had two appointments this week. So it's it's going good.
It's really what you want. It's the goal, get appointments. Um, The whole goal here, by the way, I did not tell any of you this. The goal of Breakthrough 120, the second part, is to build a habit of lead generation. If you can get into the habit of making 10 phone calls every single day, then when you get all of these deals and your pipeline's built and everything, if you can continue on with that, you will end up like one of the top agents because something that happens to a lot of agents that are even successful, it's called the roller coaster. So it's like, oh no, I have no business and I'm going to go prospect like crazy. And they're having 10, 20, 30 conversations in a day. They're doing all of their marketing, they're doing everything that they can do. And do you know what? It works. And so then they go up, they get all of this business, and it's going so well for them. They get some buyers, they have some listings, people go under contract, and then they stop their marketing and their lead generation completely. They don't have hardly any conversations because they're so busy with the under contract and their listings. And so then fast forward a month or two, they drop and they have nothing. And then they feel like, oh crap, I have nothing. And then they get back into the marketing and lead generation. And then that picks back up. And it's this forever roller coaster that they're on of like feast and famine. And I have the desire for all of you that we do some consistency around lead generation and marketing so that we can consistently have people in our pipeline, either moving up the pipeline or being added to the pipeline, so that as you're doing this, you end up with consistent business. There's some agents that will make 40 or $50,000 a month, and then they won't close another deal for 2 or 3 or 4 months. And that is a stressful way to live, because when you have 40 grand hit your bank account, you're just like, we got all the money, let's go spend it. And then you don't make any money, and you're like, we can't spend anything. I'm stressed out. Oh no, is this going to work out for me? But when you're consistent about your lead generation, that can go away. So get consistent. So, okay, end of the week. It's a holiday weekend. Who's doing an open house, by the way, this weekend? We got at least Mandy. Um, okay, let me tell you what to expect this weekend for open houses.
Imy's doing one too. I know Imy's doing one
I
in
mean,
Springville.
okay, good. Okay, so here's what to expect for open houses. I have no idea. So we have people that leave town, like go camping, go on vacation, go do their things, and they're not going to be here. But we also have people that are not from here that are coming into town that would like to live here. And so I have the theory that this weekend you typically have uh better buyers walk through open houses. That's that's my theory. I have no proof of this, but every buyer that walks through, I think, is better this weekend. So take extra good care of them. Okay, what questions do you guys have before the
When
weekend?
when you say lead generation, Cameron, do
Yeah.
you mean what does the word lead mean to you? Because I just want to make sure I'm because like
Yes.
part of me wonders, is that when a friend refers somebody, or is it just means more people in your sphere?
Yes. So my definition of a lead is someone that has raised their hand that said, I want to buy or sell. Uh, and I like to do it like within the next 12 to 18 months kind of a thing. Keep it a little bit shorter because there's some people that are like those forever clients are like, I'd love to buy, but I just declared bankruptcy. And then 3 years later, they're like, I'd love to buy, but I haven't paid any of my bills and my credit's the worst. I would love to buy, but I don't have a job right now. And those are the people that are like, they sound like a lead, but they're never actually qualified to be a lead. So someone that is realistically going to buy or sell in the next while, like a year or
Perfect.
two.
That's great. That's what lead.
Yeah.
So when you say lead generation, leads mean you are literally there are people in your list. They're kind of like your hot list. People that
Yep.
are
Yep.
they're like your most attention right now.
Yep. And so when
Okay.
we look to go generate them, it might just be that we're kind of like gathering the people that are hots in our uh bush of people. I was trying to think of like hunter-gatherer type analogy here, is we're just going to go try to find the people that might be ready. And whether it's directly them, you call a spear and they're like, oh, you know what? That's crazy. I actually want to sell my house right now. I hate it. Can you help me? It's like, boom, that's a lead that you got. Or it might be like, you should talk to my niece because she graduated college and has a good job and blah blah blah. And so you never know what it's going to be. That's why we just call it lead generation, is because you're just reaching out to as many people as possible uh, to get them to raise their hand. And then
Perfect.
I would classify marketing as you're not directly reaching out to people, but you're putting things out there in hopes to have these conversations, whether they're digitally or actually have some conversations like with a call to action, like reach out to me, or if it's just like, oh, this is so fun that you're in real estate, congrats, and that's just like a digital comment kind of an idea. So the more that you can do lead generation, that's more like the hunt, let's go find these people. And then the marketing's more like, let's throw this out there and see what comes back. It's like planting seeds. And so
Perfect.
doing both
Thank
of
you.
those is ideal.
That
Yeah.
helps. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. What else do you guys want to talk about today?
How I
Yeah.
I've been think oh, sorry. I've
No, no,
been
no,
thinking
no.
about
You asked. No.
well, my on my mind all week I've had this on my mind, and I don't know if you want to answer this question or not, but like how long typically for a new agent? What's the like typical amount of time you have that first thing go through and you have your first check? Like, well, how long does that usually take an agent, a newer agent? That's been
So
on my
the
mind all week.
real, yeah, yeah, the usual like cycle for any real estate agent is 90 days. So, like, if I have no one in my pipeline and I'm like, crap, I'm in this famine mode, I need to go hit the pavement, go do something. I'm typically 90 days away from my next closing. And it kind of makes sense if you back into the math, right? Like, there's a 30-day under contract process. So, we're 30 days. Then that gives you 60 days to find a person and help them find the house, or find the person and help them sell their house. And so it kind of maths out to make sense like that. So you're like 90 days away. Now the problem is most new agents, you don't have any sort of momentum, right? If you called someone in my phone, a random person, and said, what does Cameron do for a living? Most of them should say real estate. They already know that. But if I did the same to you, be new, you might not have gotten to enough people. You might not have done the marketing. You might have never talked to this person. They might not have seen your social medias, whatever. They're less likely to know that you're in real estate. So it's like the cold start problem, it's called, where it's harder to get things going than it is to keep them going. And so I think new agents take a little bit longer, but they don't have to.
Yeah.
Austin, how fast did you close your first deal? I feel like you were quick.
Less than 60 days.
See, so
Nice.
it's
But
definitely
so
doable.
the way I went about that is I started looking for people that were talking about selling. And then some of the first questions I asked them was like, how long have you owned your home? Because I've had a few where like they've owned their home for less than a year, right? They're wanting to make money, but they haven't owned their home long enough. But then the ones that have been in their home for like 8 years, I'm like, all right, what do you want to walk away with? And then they tell me a number. And if they've been in their home 8 years, like it's pretty easy to make that happen or give them kind of a more realistic idea. And I told them, I was like, all right, if you're in a rush, we can list it at this. This is what the last few homes have sold for in this area. Or if you want to sit on a little bit, you can list it a little bit higher. And then I explained to them like the current market where I'm at, like we're selling for like 5% less than list price. It's like, so let's go with this price. Let's just throw on 5% just for fun and just kind of see what happens. Cause they wanted to be kind of quick, but not super fast. And then after the 2 week mark is like, if we have nothing, then we'll drop it down that to that baseline where we originally talked. And then on like day 11, we went under contract for the price we were going to drop it to anyway.
But how did you
And then
find those people to have those conversations with?
I I wish I had one with me, but I went and made like t-shirts and hats and everything. So everywhere I walk around town, I have my name, my realtor, all that stuff on me. So I'm basically like my own advertisement board. And then I would like for this weekend, it's Memorial Weekend. I live by a pretty high traffic area for camping down in Sanpete County. So 2 days ago, I went up the whole main road going up to this main area. There's like 300 miles of trails. That's the Airpine Trail System down here. And I put my signs up everywhere. Like, what's your home worth? Are you looking to buy? Are you looking to sell? But I put up like 10 of them. So as they're going up the mountain, they're seeing my name 5, 6, 7 times. And then when they come to leave, I've done the same thing the other direction when they're coming out of town. So
Hmm.
now they thought about me all weekend. They thought about their home or whatever. And now they're coming back out and now they're seeing my name again. So just things like that. And I tried everybody I talk to, I try to talk real estate some way or another. Like, how's your home? You know, your family's growing. Do you need a bigger home? Just random stuff.
Yeah, a question there. Have you ever tried? Because I obviously we have several cars, so we're thinking my wife and I to put something like on the back window, like a not a cover, not like a magnet thing, because I think they look a bit, but it's not the most attractive thing for me. But if having something on the back window, because people drive behind, you have a lot of exposure time for that. And then when I park in different places, I can think about it maybe and park so the car will be seen with the telephone number and text me and call me type of thing. Obviously, that doesn't make them call me, but at least they will see me. Have anybody tried that, or is it? Because I've never seen anyone doing that. So I'm thinking, am I totally wrong here? Is that something that you shouldn't do? Or,
Yeah, I have
I've
two
I've seen a lot
thoughts.
of people do it down here.
okay,
Yeah.
I have to go and
Number
have that.
one, if you're a bad driver, don't do it.
Okay, then I'm good. I have a cool car as well. I'm sorry, guys, but I have the coolest.
Yeah. The
No,
second thing
it's
is I've never heard of anyone get random business from this, but I have heard of a lot of people that get a spark a conversation with friends and family when they pull up because it's just like that one more reminder as you pull up to go to dinner with your friends and they see you and they see your
yeah,
real estate branding on it that then they say, "Oh, hey, it looks like you're in real estate," and they just like they remember that, so then they're like, how's real estate? Like it's very
yeah,
top of mind when they see it, but
yeah.
typically random people don't call or text off of it.
No, exactly. I was thinking of putting
It's
a
helpful
QR
but
code on
not
as
a
well
game
so people
changer.
could scan. I'm thinking
Yeah.
if there's a QR code on, at least people could scan it. I'm just trying to make it as easy as possible to reach me if they
Mhm.
wanted to. there's a phone number, text, and QR code. Anybody who has anything other than on the back window? Am I missing out on something?
There was an agent here that wrapped his whole car with his branding.
Yeah.
It's Clay on the Red Sign team. He had a Mini and he wrapped his Mini. And
Yeah, okay. That might be
I thought
it.
that
I
was a
actually got a quote to wrap my vehicle um, for the Salt Lake Property Solutions, and
Yeah.
it's a little pricey, but yeah, I've thought about it.
Yeah, exactly. No, I looked at it, it was like 3,500 where I looked at it. That's a lot of money to put down if you haven't closed the deal yet.
Yeah, there's probably better ways that you could spend that money.
Oh yeah. That's not happening. The whole wrapping up not happening. But the back window for 2 cars I got for $310. When they design it as well for me, and then they assemble it. I thought it wasn't too bad. $150 per car, approximately 155.
So
I
can
don't
I
think
ask a
it's too
question,
bad.
Cameron? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So if we want to speed up to have our first thing, what would you say are it's really just these conversations, right? Like, because I don't like, it's funny because what Austin said, I was like that. I'm sure what I say about social media, people are like, I'm not doing that. Like when he was saying that, I was like, I'm not doing that. Like my personality is like, I don't want to do that because I don't want, because I've already, anyway, from my own previous experience. But like, what are some other ideas? So maybe we could have a couple different ideas so we can pick which one sounds more like our personality, if that makes sense.
Yep. Okay, so I'll give you the very generic answer on this, and you're gonna say duh about it. You're like, this stupid answer.
Okay.
Uh, the right answer is you need to talk to people that are currently looking to buy or sell,
You have to find those people.
and you have to find those people. That is the
Yeah.
challenge. Where are current buyers and sellers hanging out? Um,
Okay.
For sellers, there is a very easy answer because there's literally a database of these people. There are expired listings and for sale by owners. For sale by owners have a hand raised saying, I would like to sell my house right now, and you can contact me about it. Now, you do have to be a good enough, let's just call it salesperson, to convince them to give you a shot to list their home. And so there's a bunch of different ways you could go about that, and you could research those. We can talk about those. The expired listings actually have two hands raised. They have one that says, I would love to sell my house, and the other saying, I would love to pay an agent to sell my house, but my last one didn't. And so you can get these lists. There's companies like RedX or Vulcan 7, I think is the other one that's local. They're like nationwide brands, but they actually they got started in Utah. But so they go out and they find all the for sale by owners and all of the expireds, and they give you phone numbers and tell you who's on the do not call list and all of that. And then you can reach out to those people, and they are sellers ready to go.
Can
On
you
the
put the
buyers,
names in the can you put
what
the
was that?
names in here can you put the names in the WhatsApp so we can see them?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that I've used is called RedX.
Okay. RedX. With an X or EX?
Ooh, it's a great question. Let's see what Google says. RedX. Yep,
I think it's just
EX.
red X. Oh,
No,
read
yeah,
EX.
red and then the letter X.
Red and then X. Okay.
So there's
Yeah,
no E in there. It's just red and
no
then
E.
X.
Red and
Okay.
Yeah,
X.
redx.com.
Red X.
Yeah, if you Google
Um,
it, it's an
eh,
Orem.
yeah. And there's a couple others that are like that. So you can even say like Redx competitors. Now there is like a for sale by owner, is what I call it. A do-it-yourself method of this is you can go on Facebook Marketplace and try to find everyone that is selling a house that isn't an agent. So you're
Yeah.
instead of paying for these people, you're gonna just go find them one by one. It is a slow process, but yeah, you can do it. KSL is the same way. You can look up everyone in KSL, and then if it says a broker, if it has a brokerage on it, it is listed by an agent. If it does not, it is not. That is the sign. If you call someone that does not have a brokerage listed and they say that they're an agent, you should say, hey, you're doing a blind ad right now and you don't have your brokerage. Just thought I'd let you know. You should update that with your brokerage. And that's nice. And then if they're a jerk, you report them to the division. Um, for buyers, you need to figure out where people that are currently buying or selling houses are hanging out. Um, and the two easy answers to this is number one, open houses. Like buyers that don't have an agent that want to buy a house go to open houses. The other place that they go is all of the different online websites like Zillow, Trulia, Homes.com. Um, However, Zillow, Trulia, Homes.com, all of those, you have to pay them for those leads. Um, so you have to pay. So open houses are free. If you can come up with other places where these buyers and sellers are hanging out, um, even if it's just online, um, there. And then Ritz threw in a bunch of playbooks or a link to them. And by the way, this link that he said, like bookmark it, favorite it. It should be like the place to go because it literally has links to everything that we're doing, and Ritz keeps it very up to date. So that's in the chat. You should click on that and favorite that, bookmark it. And then there's a bunch of playbooks. So if you're like, oh, FSBOs might be interesting, there's a playbook on that on exactly how to do it. And the way that these playbooks get built is Keller Williams, they go out and figure out who's doing this well, and then interview them and create like a one-page document of what they're doing. So you might be missing some of the details on exactly how they're doing it, but it describes the what pretty in detail. So if you're like, okay, I see this, I get it, help me, come find me, and we can fill in some of those gaps from the playbooks. But those are amazing. So yeah, short of all of this, so if you're like, I'm not doing FSBOs, I'm not doing expires, I'm not doing open houses, I'm not going to pay for leads. Short of all of that, it is going through enough people until you find someone that's ready to buy or sell. So that could be just calling your sphere until you run into someone that's ready to buy or sell. Or it could be that you circle prospect, for example, where you just get a list of everyone that lives in like Eagle Mountain and you just start calling. Hey, I'm a real estate agent. Have you thought of selling your house? No, buy. Hey, I'm a real estate agent. Have you thought of selling your house? No, buy. And just do that until someone says, oh, well, actually, yeah. And then you say, well, tell me more and try to set an appointment. And so all of these things work. It's just varying levels of success and quickness. Typically,
That really helps.
the fastest things are open houses, FSBOs, and expireds. The slowest thing out of all of them actually is social media ads. Um, with maybe the caveat of like YouTube and organic social media might fit into that slower range, just because you have to build up an audience before you can convert them. But once they convert, it's quick and easy. But usually social media ads are 12 to 18 months away. So if you run like Facebook ads to get leads, you're typically getting leads that are not ready, but they're interested. So you just nurture them. So go
Thank
find
you.
motivated is what you need to
Yeah.
do.
Say that last part one more time. Go find people that are motivated. Okay.
Yeah. And so
When
this
I
could
very
either be like,
first
oh, go ahead, Austin.
when I very first started, I got on the WhatsApp and I done open houses, one maybe two every single weekend for like the first 7-8 weeks. Then it helped me build um, my command stuff. So then I had people to call and talk to, and people that were already interested in buying because they were already looking. And like sometimes I found very quickly that if you have people come in and like, oh, I'm already working with an agent. So when I done my open houses, I would tell them that I done a discounted commission if they came to this open house and they bought this house or they put in an offer on this house, just
Mm.
because I was so new and like I needed somebody to be like, oh, okay, that's not a bad idea. And then that actually stopped the people saying, oh yeah, I'm working with an agent, because they see a discounted commission. I'm like, if you're gonna come to this open house that I'm holding and you're gonna put an offer in on it, you've already done a lot of the hard work for me if I'm gonna be your buyer's agent. So that's how I kind of justified. And yeah, to start out, it was less commission, but it was starting to get me going the right direction. And then they started sending my name to other people too.
Austin, how long have you been an agent?
I got my license on December 17th, and then I kind of started doing it probably mid-January is when I really started doing it, because with the holidays and New Year's and stuff, it was had too much going on. So the second week of January is when I kind of hunkered down and just started going.
Wow, it sounds like you went like all in right when you started.
Yeah,
You guys are,
I'm a all in or no in.
yeah.
And
Austin,
Austin, if you don't mind me asking, how many deals have you closed this year?
So far, I've got three. I have another one that should close next week, and then I'm working with two buyers. So
And are you doing discounts with everyone, or was that just when you
no,
started?
that was just when I started for my open houses to get people talking about me. Because the
Okay.
more people talk about you, the more your name gets spread around.
Okay.
And I'm not in Utah County, like I'm in San Pete County. So I feel like for me being in a smaller county and being able to do that many transactions that quickly, people are talking about me because not all these people that I'm doing transactions with know who I am. But I also blast when I do an open house. I blast it on social media. I do all the yard sale sites. I do Facebook Marketplace. I do them on KSL. My name is everywhere. I go to every business between like Manti, Ephraim, any business that I know that will let me put a sign up now because I've done it so much. I print off probably 25 signs and I go hang them in all those businesses. So when people go and they're sitting down eating lunch, they see my name on the board because I use the KW colors, the red and the black and stuff. So the branding's already sticking in their head too.
Awesome.
by the way, I want to
Thank
mention
you.
something. Um, Agents that discount their commission just to discount their commission tend to not sell more houses than agents that ask for a full commission.
It's true because if somebody comes to me and they're like, "Hey, this person will do it for 1%," because I have somebody around here that will do that. I was like, "Oh, that's unfortunate because if I'm going to be your agent, aren't you going to want me to be able to negotiate for you, but they can't even negotiate their own commission and they're doing it for 1%?"
That's
And
a
a
good
lot of these
point.
people, a lot of these people that have like the 1% and stuff, they literally all they do is list and they walk away. Like they're not doing all these extra things. So when I tell people, like for my open house, if I discount it a little bit, I tell them like, "Hey, this is just me. Like I'm okay for this because I'm investing in myself at the same time." Now I only did that on two of them. The rest of them, nothing. Everything else is signed like full commission, and everybody understands now because like the first couple I was learning still. Like I didn't fully know what I was doing, but now it's easier for me to explain to them that exact scenario.
Cool. Thank you. Very helpful.
But also remember, don't do open houses in somewhere that you don't want to be traveling to all the time. Because I live in San Pete County and I've done some open houses in Salt Lake. I don't want to keep driving to Salt Lake to show homes if I don't want to keep driving to Salt Lake for an hour and a half, 2 hour drive one way. So if you pick up an open house, make sure you're doing an open house in the area that you want people to keep, you want to keep going to.
And then you get to build relationships with those businesses and things like that. And so it makes it easier. People are constantly seeing you and your signs. Like if you did the same open or same neighborhood like 3 months in a row, like every week for 3 months, and you knocked all of the neighbors' doors, like, hey, I'm doing an open house. Like the neighbors would get to know you. They're like, what are you doing? Why are you always doing open houses here? And you're just like, this is where I work. This is my area. Like, if you want a house, you want to sell your house, I'm it. And so like the tighter you can be, the better. But right now, if you need to go drive and visit Austin to sell a house down by him, do it. But then soon it will be like, how tight can you get? Because that's going to be even better for you, especially with listings, things like that. So, okay, you guys are awesome. Go make those calls, figure out how you're going to get in front of more people today, and bonus points if they are motivated already. So, even if you're like, well, I know this person's motivated, but I don't know if he's working with an agent and they're weird, so I don't want to call him, whatever, make those calls today. You never know what you're gonna get. So go get that low-hanging fruit.
Thank
Have
you,
an awesome
Cameron.
long weekend if I don't see you guys. We'll see you Tuesday.
Bye.
Thanks, bye.